Hey guys, this is Ned with TGN.tv, and I'd like to welcome you to this Rift Beta 7 video. In this video I'm going to be reviewing the Mage Soul Archon. Okay, first up, what the hell is an Archon? Good question. An Archon is a mage that is a buffer basically. The Archon is a support soul, and it relies totally on reducing enemy stats, increasing their own, or sacrificing their own to boost the stats of party members. Okay, first up, let's go ahead and look at the talent. Okay, talent time. For the Archon, it is recommended you take Chloromancer and Warlock. I have off-spec into Warlock for Dark Armor, the charge increase, and a chance to make your next spell instant. Now let's go ahead and have a look at the Archon talents. The first spell you get is called Flowing Sand. It reduces the movement speed of an enemy and increases the movement speed of the mage by 15 seconds. Leeching Flames engulfs the enemy in flames, dealing 10% of the mage's maximum mana as fire damage over 12 seconds, and it returns your mana. I know, weird right? You haven't seen nothing yet. Rockslide, this requires charge. You channel a hail of rocks onto the enemy and you get a stacking buff for each time it hits. And last but not least, Mental Flare increases the mana regen of an ally by 400 mana per 10 seconds. Now, usually this is the part of the video where I'd say, let's go into combat. But instead, I've decided to go straight through because, well, this class is so complicated. As you see, I've arranged my spells so they're kind of easier to understand. The first four here are the spells you're going to be using in combat. These spells all give the mage a buff, or the enemy a debuff. These spells here are all beneficial to party members. They all do different things. And these reduce the Archon stats to increase the stats of party members. Okay then. Let's go ahead and look at what we have here. First of all, we have Ashen Defense. Drains the defense of the enemy. It reduces your armor. It reduces their armor and increases your armor. Lingering Sand reduces the enemy's casting speed and increases the mage's. Crumbling Resistance increases the magical damage enemies take and increases your resistance. Power Drain reduces the enemy's damage by 10% and increases the mage's by 10%. This consumes charge or active. And Flowing Sand reduces the enemy's movement speed by 50% and increases yours by 25% for 15 seconds. Okay, just in that line alone, we have all these different debuffs. Let's go on to the next set. Oh, put that on twice. Vitality of Stone reduces your strength, endurance, and dexterity, intelligence, and wisdom, and basically it reduces all your stats and increases all your party members' stats. So the Archon in a group is going to be quite a sort of self-sacrificial role, only there to make others better. But some people quite like that actually. Shed Vigor reduces your endurance, increases party members, and Tempered Armor reduces your armor and increases party members. We have Consuming Flames. Shield an ally in flames, and it absorbs 10% of your maximum health, but yeah, you take damage if you just have a look here. I'm on fire. Taking a bit of damage there. Purification, remove 2 curse effects. Mental Flare increases the target's mana regen. I bet this guy's happy. The Watchkeeper, the Waykeeper, is finally getting some attention. Lava Field. This is quite an interesting one. It's an AoE that does damage to targets, but while you stand in it, you get an increase to the next heal you receive. You see here, it's a stacking buff, stacks up to 5 times. Next heal I get, increased by 5%. Woohoo! Just going to take that off because it's an annoying noise. And Cleansing Flames. This is like a master spell, basically, just with curses. Okay, so that's all that stuff done. Let's have a look at the mage's main combat abilities. We have Pillaging Stone, which gives you a buff. Searing Vitality, which also gives you a buff and does damage. Leeching Flames, been through that one, that's the mana one. And Rockslide, which is a channeled and gives you a stacking buff, so wow. As you can imagine, the Archon is buff or die. Takes the word support class to a whole new meaning. Okay, first of all, gonna open with that. Leeching Flames, Ashen Defense, that, Flowing Sand, Drain, and as you can see already, I am slowly killing the enemy while getting some nice buffs of my own. Now we are fully buffed up, ready to take on anything. I am now going to show you the Rock Slide spell. This is a channel, sends rocks to the enemy, and as you can see, I'm getting a stacking buff, increasing my intelligence. Dot, Leech, Power Drain, which is slowly increasing my power and decreasing theirs. So wow, that's pretty much everything to do with the Archon support class. Complicated to play. I still can barely get my head around all the stuff. Choose this role if you like sort of being a support. But it's not amazingly effective to level with. Like it's the same with all the mage souls. If they sort of come with a lot of defensive as well as offensive, they're not going to be as good as the pure offense like pyromancers and stormcallers. But they bring everything to the party that you could want. So I hope I covered everything. Sorry if this one was a bit brief, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, like the video if you like it, dislike if you wish. This has been Ned for TGN signing off. Have a good one, guys.